Hello, welcome to my tf2c PBR parallax tutorial where I'm going to be showing you how to make this or make a texture that utilizes the PBR shader material. It's not necessarily hard, it's just that Source does it in a weird way that other engines do it, because you have the bump map, or the bump map that has the normal and bump map combined into one texture by taking the regular normal map and then putting the bump into the alpha of that texture. The MOA, which stands for metal roughness and ambient occlusion, is put into one texture, and then you have the diffuse map, which is just the color of the texture. And so what I have done is I have went ahead and stolen a texture from textures.com. This is a free one. I just went to like search free and then scroll down and grab this texture, and then you have to download all these textures. The albedo, which the diffuse, let me turn off all these. You have the albedo, which is, I'm calling it the diffuse texture. And then you have the height map, which is the bump map, or how high the parallax goes, I guess. You have the normal, which is the shading of the material, like like the green, if there's a light, the green stands for like maybe north. So if there's a light facing north, it lights up these like green parts. If there's a light from the east, it lights up these red parts. And then the roughness is how shiny something is. So I think it's the white parts are the roughest parts. So that means that they are like not so shiny, and the black parts are not so rough, so they're the black parts are the shiny, the white parts are the non-shiny, and then you have the occlusion, which is just like a pre-baked shadow into the material. So I have downloaded them and I'm throwing them into a gimp here. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take the diffuse map, I'm going to export that into a PNG, because for some reason they use a random or TIF or whatever. And then so I can get that out of the way. And now what we're going to make is the MOA map, which that is a combination of the metal roughness and occlusion map. And the way they do it is by putting it through, or they combine it all into one using the color channels of an image. So hold on. Gonna set the color space to RGB so we get all the channels. So first off, this material doesn't utilize metal, which is going to be in the red channel. So I'm going to, we go over to, we select the material, or the layer, we go to channels, and then we could select what channel we're editing. So I have red here selected, so paint that black. And as you can see, since we have green and blue non-selected, I've only painted the red so that then this mixes the green and blue, causing this like cyan, which now you can see, now what I'm going to do is unselect that and select green. And now what that lets us, we're going to be putting the roughness material, or the roughness texture, into the green. So here I'm going to, where is it? This is the roughness. So Control-Shift-C, the texture. Make sure I would just select the green here. Control-Shift-C, move over here, and then Control-V into here. And what we're going to do is move over the layers, and there's this anchor. And what that's going to do is put it only into the green channel. So now, if I hide it, there's nothing in there. Or if I hide these two, it's just the green. And now we're going to repeat that for the ambient occlusion map. We go over to blue, copy, or Control-Shift-C, and then Control-Shift-C, by the way, is just copy the visible layer. So that just takes all the layers, matches them together, and then puts them into your copy. And then we're going to go back over here, and then Control-V, back to layer, anchor, falls into it. So now we have our MOA map with ambient occlusion, roughness, and metal. And we don't use metal. So I'm going to export that as a rope MOA, or hold on, MOA, MROA, export, and now I can get rid of this, get rid of ambient, roughness, and now we have the normal map and then the bump map. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, but since we want it in the alpha, and that's just like a whole new texture, so if you right click, add masked layer, and then you could select either one of these, it doesn't really matter. I'm just selecting fully transparent. There is now a new, okay, ignore that. There is now this split into these two, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we have the mask selected. I have, by the way, I right clicked and add layer mask and added, and what that does is that just creates the alpha channel. And then what you do, Control-Shift-C, and then while this is selected, Control-V, and then anchor. And now we have the alpha in the, or you have the bump map now in the alpha channel of the RGB normal map. And then we're going to export rope bump.png, and then I'm going to export that. And now, ignore this, this is from a previous take. I have had to retake this a couple of times because I've messed up or missaid something, and yada, yada, yada. Where are you? Making, and then going to export the bump map. Here you can see there's the normal, and then turn on the mask, and there's the bump in the, or it's basically the transparent part, yeah. And then saved documents, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into my tf2s folder, rope _ MOA. Now import the diffuse. Now while I'm doing this, there may be an issue with PBR. I'm not sure if it's just some issue of mine, of like, for some reason, like I've done something completely wrong, but for some reason, instead of using the roughness in the MOA map, it's, I think, using the green channel from the bump map for roughness. And I did just save this, right? Okay, yeah. So there, you may find an issue there. I'm not sure if they are going to fix it or not, so... Wait, well, just lost my train of thought. Okay. Bump. No, I've already done bump. I need MOA. I am a bit scattered brain right now. So diffuse, modify, making... Oh my god! And then tf2, materials, and then rope. I accidentally called the bump MOA. God damn it. Excuse me. Yeah, you could just skip ahead. I don't know. So, how are you? You come here often? Yeah. Nice weather we're having, eh? Bump. Okay. Now here's where the magic, the real, like the olive gets put onto the sandwich. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna have this under the video, and so here we have the PBR material, and then here's the base texture, which is going to be the diffuse. So bump or rope underscore diffuse. And then here's the MOA. I'm going to put that rope MOA. Just ignore this. This just intensifies things. I'm not sure if I have that in the right, so I'm just going to delete that. And then the bump map, rope, bump. And then here is the parallax. The depth is going to be how far away from the first layer, front layer is going to be from the back. So you can kind of change that. And then the center shifts the whole thing front and forward. Like, you can have it like appear like further back. So it kind of looks like, I guess, or I don't know. You can experiment with that. And so now if we go into tf2 and if I reload this texture, if I have the command, it should in theory work. It's gonna take a sec. Hoping it don't crash. I gotta go to work in 5 minutes, and if I... Okay, here we go. So, can't see the bump here, so let me change that to 0, and then 5. There we go. Okay, well, let me... I'm going to change this to 1. This is horrifying. 5. But you can see you have to experiment with this. But you can totally see that this is like parallaxed, and then you could see the shiny. I probably shouldn't have put this in the shadow, but there, you'll have to work on it. And another thing here is these you can achieve these like parallax windows that are like from TF2 or I mean Counter-Strike 2. So there we have it. Thank you, and if there's any issues, which I'm sure there's going to be tons of issues, I don't know. I guess ask me. Bye.